Tone, I don't know what the odds were yesterday for the Cleveland Cavaliers to get that win over the Celtics. But the way Wendy was talking on this particular program, hey, Wendy, Cavaliers got a shot against the Celtics team. They're going to have to make every shot, and Celtics are going to have to miss every shot. Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ, Connor said, might have to actually play for the Cleveland Cavaliers to beat the Boston Celtics. Every basketball person that we've had on the program has said the Boston Celtics are basically coasting right to the Eastern Conference Finals. No problems at all. Now, are they going to run into the Pacers or the Knicks? That's certainly a question as the Pacers and the Knicks play tonight in Indiana, in our city. The refs might feel a little differently on the way there. Hey, Josh Hart, we don't need you to talk about Carlisle.
No, we don't.
Okay, we don't need Brunson and the boys over there in New York wondering. Carlisle's trying to rally the boys. He's also trying to send a message to the league. The league that gave him a $35,000 fine only, which is awesome.
A little slap on the wrist.
Love that he only got a $35,000 fine in this entire thing. Well, certainly, there's a chance that him calling out the refs for screwing over a small market team would potentially lead to the integrity of the game being questioned in the league and everything. And the NBA was like, yeah, you're right, $35,000 fine. Now, this is just a couple of days removed from a $100,000 fine for Jamal Murray, who threw a heating pad onto the court. $35,000 for saying you're screwing a small market team. From small market, I was echoing the same sentiments as him publicly. Thought that was a very low fine. Thought he was going to get a much larger fine. Happy the NBA and Adam Silver said, hey, we get it. The refs were. You should have been heated. You should have been a little disgruntled. Sure. And if this is how you're going to motivate the team and let them know you got their back, you do what you got to do. So the Knicks, you guys worry about your locker room, okay? And when it's in Indiana, it's going to be a little smaller, a little bit more grungy, okay? Welcome to the Thunderdome out here in the Gamebridge Fieldhouse. But let's get to the conversation that was had about the Cavs and the Celtics yesterday. Cavs got no hope. The Cavs suck. This team's got no chance, especially in Boston, in the Garden. How are they going to do it? Instead, the Cavs get a massive win. Series tied 1-1 at Boston. Connor, how do you feel about Jesus Christ potentially showing up in spirit form through spite of Mitchell and the Cleveland Cavaliers getting a win in Boston?
Well, I assume Jesus Christ probably does need to, visit Ohio more than other places. But as a Celtics fan, you can't be that worried. Sure, they lost. They lost by 24. I think it was the largest win by a double-digit dog in the history of the NBA playoffs for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Historic win last
Very historic. And everyone was burying Joe Mazzulla today. I'm not going to get into that. But the Cavs, every starter on their team had 12-plus points. And this guy, he leads the way. If you see here, it's the third where it started. 3 minutes left in the second. Celtics are up by 8. They go into the half tied. So the Cavs kind of went on this absurd run from 3 minutes left in the first half on. And then, they're plus 24 in the second half. They absolutely dominated. There wasn't a point in the second half where you thought the Celtics were going to maybe go on a run, cut the deficit. Here's a huge three. He was 5 of 7 from 3. He couldn't miss. And then there's a buzzer beater here at the end of the third that was very much like just filthy.
That's in the face of Boston.
Yeah, in the face of Tatum. Andy's staring at the crowd after he does it. The moxie the Cavs had last night was something you can't really match. And then, if Donovan Mitchell's banking in threes, give me a break. The bank closes at 5, people, especially in Boston. They go home earlier most of the time. But you got to give the Cavs a credit. They played well. Game 2 against the Miami Heat. Celtics also at home. They got killed. They lost by 20. I'm not worried whatsoever. I don't think anybody in Boston should be worried. The fans are leaving with 5 minutes
Traffic.
left.
Get out of these arenas is impossible.
They don't understand.
Why would you stay?
Look, there is traffic going on outside because there's construction. So I think when you see this, you're not sure, why are they leaving so early? There's a bunch of construction going on right outside the Garden right now. If you don't try and get out of there early, then you're screwed. You're going to be there for an hour.
As a person that goes in and out of arenas literally every single Monday now, lucky to do it with the WWE, I very much have a different stance on people that potentially head out a little bit earlier than maybe everybody. These cities are not built to have the amount of humans exit from one area right in the middle of it. Normally, you have cops shutting down roads. Those roads always lead to where you need to go. So there's always like a new, I got to get redirection. So you got stop and go traffic, let alone 13, 14, 15,000 people all unloading at the same exact time. Them, after getting their asses kicked, leaving early, I don't judge them. Trying to get home. But boy, Celtics players should be like, hey, our guys we're now the team where our fans are trying to beat the traffic. Holy shit. What a wake-up call maybe up there in the TD Garden last night.
I won't go that far. Celtics fans, they had to leave early a lot this year, too, when they were up by 20. This isn't abnormal. People in Boston kind of understand how terrible driving can be, especially in that city. But, Joe Mazzulla was probably up till 3 a.m. getting choked out by his jiu-jitsu trainer. I have a feeling that Mazzulla is going to put the boys through a little bit of a ringer here on a nice day off, and then on Saturday we will go into Cleveland and poop all over Ohio to make it smell better.
Okay.
Jeez Louise.
Cleveland smells good.
Come on.
No, we've been to Cleveland. There are rats and license plates and trash all over the street. We were there.
Well,
He's right.
Shit.
Indiana has full cars.
Yeah, we do.
Hey, if we were playing in Indiana, I'd say the same thing.
Okay. You live here.
I do, and I love it. But that doesn't mean it's not true.
Okay. Well, Cleveland's a great place.
It is.
I was raised to think it was terrible and disgusting in a hellhole in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. But then I went there. I'm like, place isn't bad. It's actually pretty nice. Way too windy. Way too windy. Way too cold for way too long of a time. But that Jack's Casino won me over.
Great.
I've never walked out of that casino a loser. And that shapes my entire view
I was about
on
to say,
the entire city.
If it wasn't for that casino, you'd see past that in the city.
Maybe.
See the
Worst
real
punting game
film.
I ever had in Cleveland. Windy, cold. I did terrible. They had a guy returning Rabbit. His nickname was Rabbit. Jack
damn.
Rabbit. What was his? You know who I'm talking about?
Janoris Jenkins?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Jack Rabbit Jenkins.
Yes.
Isn't that who?
I think he was returning the punts or whatever. So I go in there knowing we got an animal return. Terrible day. Windy, breezy, couldn't figure it out. Worst day I've ever had. You stay in some hotel rooms that are kind of crap down there in Cleveland.
Sure.
You walk right in Jack's Casino, this 4-story casino. You walk out a winner every time. I mean, it's like, I love this city.
Yeah, top notch.
I absolutely love this place. Travis Benjamin. There it is. Okay. We got
okay.
Travis
Okay.
Benjamin. Yeah, anyways, absolute stallion. And congrats to Cleveland and to The Miz.
Yeah.
Well, not to the Miz. I mean, Miz is still a piece of shit, but yep.
No, The Miz is excited.
Yeah, he should be. He should be because that's the last one they're going to get.
Also, last night, the Mavericks beat up on the Thunder. Okay, Luka is injured, but won for 29, 10, and 7 last night.
Yep.
Okay, so he's seemingly all the way back. Was hitting his step back, not only on the outside, but also in the paint. They were wondering if he had enough push-off in that hurt knee. Is he going to be able to create separation against this young, fiery Oklahoma City team? Yep, he did last night. They started hot. They continued hot. They win this game. Kyrie Irving didn't have a big night.
No.
And they still get a big-time dub. That's got to make them feel phenomenal and incredible. 1-1 now. Hey, let's go.
Here we go.
Basketball, it's 1-1 over there in the West. I like whenever Luka's playing great. I also like the fact that we're watching this Oklahoma City team have to battle a little bit, kind of learn a little bit. I'm excited to see how they handle it. Now, right now in the NBA, there is one team that has not lost in the playoffs yet. There's also one team in the NHL that has not lost yet. But the Minnesota Timberwolves are 6-0 currently.
Damn.
In the playoffs for the NBA. And Tone, you mentioned this as we were chit-chatting over there. There were some people that missed a wagon.
Yes, they did.
Maybe in March. Maybe now's the time to hop on.
Yeah, back-to-back years, the Yukon Huskies were absolutely dominant come tournament time. And so, there were some people who didn't jump on the bandwagon when they should have as far as gambling. I think they ended up 12-0 straight up and against the spread in the last two tournaments. And a lot of people are like, I'm not going to miss an opportunity like that again. And it's happening right now. The Minnesota Timberwolves are 6-0 straight up. Okay, they swept, and now they're up 2-0 on the Nuggets. They're also 6-0 against the spread. They have not lost it against the spread either. So now would be a time. We like riding the waves when it comes to gambling because streak. Okay, that's what they do. That's why they're.
And we have to acknowledge when it's over.
Correct.
That is something. But as we're in the middle of it,
Correct.
we also have to acknowledge, hey, seemingly got a little good thing cooking right now with this Minnesota Timberwolves team. And Anthony Edwards is doing commercials there on Good Morning America.
Yeah.
And he's becoming the face of the league right in front of our eyes here.
Yeah, and they're back home. They did it in Denver at elevation. So I'm going to ride the streaks. Now, me saying that, who knows what's going to happen now? But the T-Wolves at 3.5, 4.5 right now at ESPN bets because, only up from here, boys. And then,
Tony.
What?
You're talking Minnesota Timberwolves 6-0.
Yeah,
That's
they haven't lost.
They're not going up. There's no
I
word.
wasn't talking about
Only
the
up.
T-Wolves.
Oh, you're talking about the Nuggets? Yeah, because they're down.
No, wasn't talking about them either.
Oh, you're talking about
The overall.
The platform.
The
you're
men's
talking about ESPN bet.
Platform.
Yeah.
There is law room grow.
Yeah.
Amen.
Law room grow. That's good news. That's not bad news. That's good news. Could you imagine being at the top of the mountain, nowhere else to climb this
Yeah.
early in the game?
Get complacent.
Jeez, you get bored. What else is there to do? I've already been to the top. ESPN bet's like, we got you. We got space. We're going to grow. We're going to do it. That's good news.